The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. And today, Crystal, we're going to have a ball. Just so all of you are tuning in, listening, we know that our format has changed a bit. Instead of 2 hours, now we've got an hour. So we've got a smaller space of time to pack in a lot of information. And Crystal has a lot of stuff to tell us about today.
I just came back in. I started Biz Camp Session 2 last week and got some awesome kids. I have 15 brainiacs.
Wow.
These are all like super kids.
Wow.
I almost want to say they're like Sheldon on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
And day one, which was on the 8th, on day one, I going through my spiel, my lecture piece, and they start competing with each other. I'm like, okay, what's happening here? And then I saw, okay, because the conversations they were having, they were quite intelligent, and I'm going, this is going to be interesting. Never having, you have usually one or two very smart kids. These are all very smart kids.
Wow.
So they start competing with each other brain-wise.
Which is kind of good. I like that.
Which is good because there's comments and feedback, and they're asking some interesting questions. I had one little girl ask me, I know this is not on topic. That's what she said. Can you tell me about stocks? Okay.
Wow.
So smart kids.
Wow, that's amazing.
Day two, they were already in the mode. They've been quite surprising. Today, we took them to Junior Achievement Finance Park where they learn financial literacy.
Yeah.
And I love that experience because they actually set up a lifetime scenario and situations, and they are married or may not be married. They may have $30,000 school loans. They may have this, and at the end of the day, how much money do they have left? And then they go visit. They're like storefronts, so it might be the gas company is there, DWP is there, B of A is there, there's a retail store, Toyota's there. So when they go to those little stations, then they're either buying cars or they might have a life experience.
Yeah.
They got to go to the doctor.
That's pretty neat.
They got 2 kids. So one of the little girls came up to me today, and it was on the end. We were going to leave, and she had this look. And I was like, what's the matter? She goes, I'm depressed. And first of all, she was just standing there, and I was talking to Rhonda and Bonnie, and we run this program together, right? And she's just standing, and I didn't even know she was behind me. And Rhonda said, and she's one of the bright ones as well, super bright child. In fact, she wants to start a STEM library. That's where she is.
Wow.
So Rhonda says, she's behind you. And I went, oh. And so she goes, I want to show you, Miss Crystal. So she goes, look. And so I look at the end of the month, and she had $41 left. I went,
Lord.
you're going to have a problem. $41.
You still need to pay some bills.
Well, she had all the bills in there. Food was in there. But really, for the rest of the month, she only had $41.
Oh, man.
And so she goes, and she made $41,900. She was a college graduate. She had a $30,000 school loan because she had a BA. And she goes, and 2 children. She goes, you shouldn't have children. I said, let me tell you something. Even without kids, you might have $41 left to spend at the end of the month.
Amazing.
The children part really is not the problem. So I said, so what do you think you got to do? She goes, start my business, huh? I said, yeah, start your business. So, but great kids, even with the competitiveness, we just had to make some adjustments. We have 5 just awesome interns.
Yeah.
So they're running the activities for me, and they got the kids, keeping them behaviorally in check. So we just have to, in the morning, we have to go through and shift them around and move them around so that they're not sitting together. We have to actively let that happen.
I think the competitiveness is good, though, and I'm going to tell you why that is good. Because I remember when I was singing back in the day, right? Mm-hmm. Whenever I sing by myself, I would sing a certain way,
okay.
And I'm thinking I sound good. But when I'm competing with others around me, it forces me to step up my game.
Yeah.
And that's why when you see two superstars singing together, that's why they sound so good, because they're trying to outdo each other.
Yeah, well, because that's what right, because you're competing, right?
Yeah, they're trying to show them that, hey, I'm the man or I'm the woman. I got it. I know what it takes. And especially if they're doing a duet, then they want to show, hey, I'm not going to go off key. I know what I'm doing. You see what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, and that's really what they were doing. So I'm excited to see what their business is, and when they get up, when they start to do a competition, when they start to get ready for the competition.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. Yesterday we had, we've been doing activities, so you see a little competitiveness when the groups come together. But we've done really well at meshing the groups, so it's an even distribution of talent and brain power there.
That's good.
But it's been pretty cool. And yesterday we had a speaker that came in from CBRE, the commercial real estate company. And so what she did was she told them a little bit about commercial real estate, and then we made the activity so that the kids were selecting a brick and mortar for their businesses, and where would they put that, and what would be the features, and so as if she was their agent to go out and find them the space. So they had a really good time with that. One came up with a building for $11 million. He wanted to buy the building. Wow. And so he says, so I'm going to need lots of money, people. Lots of money, lots of money. It's just too cute. So I truly enjoy working with these kids.
Those little mini-me's, man. I'm telling you, they're amazing.
Awesome stuff.
That's good.
They're excited. They're really embracing it. And some of them, it was their idea. And a number of them
videotape all of this stuff.
Yeah, it actually is.
It's going to come in handy in all the classes.
Yeah, actually, there's a videotape we can show at the commercial. I think that Lauren has it, of just them doing their crafts and stuff together. Yeah. But it's so this is our second session. We're trying to figure out how we can make this a year-round program. Yeah. I think it's very necessary, and to take it steps further.
Yeah, you just got to find a funding source.
Yeah, so it seems like this is a project that people really, really like, and that and funding could be, because first of all, the one thing that jumpstart the economy is business and entrepreneurship and being able to hire people. And so I think that's why they're into it. And then we bring out judges that are actually from companies, and so when they judge, they are just so excited. And if we invite them over to speak, they just go into a whole nother level of excitement. And
they start talking about their business.
Right, and then they start talking about, what can I do? We need funding for this program. Right. So that part is really good. So in fact, we got the guy from the Junior Achievement. He runs the outreach program, and he's like, can I come down and do something? What can I do? So he's going to come and judge and spend the whole day with the kids. He was so excited.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
So that was what I was doing. So this morning I came in from Junior Achievement, and I still got another 10 days to go. Graduation's on the 26th.
Wow. So you pretty much, we're going to cover today. We're going to cover marketing, and we're going to continue from where we were last
so basically this is checkup time on businesses, where you should be at this point. Do we want to take a quick break?
Yeah, before we do the break, I want to talk about this workshop that I'm doing this coming Tuesday Oh, wow.
We
It's
sent
Tuesday already.
we sent out a blast for you.
You
this
did.
morning.
Perfect. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Veronica Springer is coming.
Excellent, excellent. So this workshop that's coming up, it's a workshop with GLAC. GLAC is the Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber of Commerce, and they've got a workshop getting ready, next level contracting workshop coming up on Tuesday, the 16th, starting at 9 in the morning from 9 until 11. It's only 2 hours, but we're going to get a lot of stuff covered in this workshop. This workshop, we're going to work on creating your capability statement. So what we're going to do, we're going to teach you the basics. We're going to teach you how to create a capability statement. Then you're going to actually do your capability statement. You're going to develop your capability statement on the second half of the workshop. So at the end of the class, you should be able to walk out of there with a completed capability statement. That's unusual.
Yes.
We usually don't
great.
have that because it usually takes about 2 weeks or more to do a capability statement. But with my patent pending system, we're going to be able to do it in 30 minutes.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
I like instantaneous
Oh, yes.
results from
Yes.
stuff when it comes to business. That's
So
what needs to happen.
I'm very excited about that. So that's what's going to happen this Tuesday. The location of the workshop is 5120 Gold Leaf Drive, and that's going to be Gold Leaf Circle, and that's Los Angeles. And it's 5120 Gold Leaf Circle, Los Angeles. The zip is 90056. And this is on Slauson. You take Slauson, and just as you pass Home Depot and McDonald's, it's right there.
Okay.
Can't miss it. Can't miss it. So far, we've got quite a few people signing up, and I think we're going to have a big class. Make sure you bring your laptop to class. Bring your laptop because we're going to do it right there. Okay?
Yeah, and I think we need to have more action-oriented workshops.
Exactly.
Activities.
Exactly.
People don't get bored.
Yeah.
They don't walk away, forget what you're talking about, and then never get the results.
Yeah. Instead of people standing there and just talking, and you sitting there going, oh, man, I could be somewhere else.
Right, exactly, and they don't resonate. So I find with our kids, it's really great when I get them to do little lecture activities.
Exactly.
So that's excellent. I think we need to focus more on that.
And it's going to force them to really take an active role in their business. So this is what this workshop is all about. Looking forward to seeing all of you guys. I'm very excited about it. We're not going to chitter-chatter too much in that class. I mean, you may want to talk about your business a little bit, but not too much. You know, a few seconds and that's it. Because most of the time is going to be spent on developing your capability statement.
Fantastic.
So we're going to go ahead. You're on the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan. And if you're tuning in for the first time, you don't know what the Business Zone is all about. The Business Zone is a platform for small businesses where we, Crystal and I, business consultants in the industry, we share our expertise, our knowledge in the field with you as a small business. So you're getting free consultation, really. That's what this is about. Free consultation from Crystal and I, from the financial world, from the business world, from the contracting world, from the business development world. Anything you need to start, develop, and grow your business is what the Business Zone offers. So if you have any questions, give us a call. Our phone number here is 323-293-3375, 323-293-3375. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Small businesses spend more than $500 million each year combined trying to find missing or replace missing paperwork. Hey small businesses, are you tired of losing out on business opportunities because your paperwork is not in order? And don't you hate having to register in multiple websites just to find a single procurement opportunity that may not even be worth your time? Well, worry no more. Small Biz Pro is the solution to your problems. Small Biz Pro is an all-in-one cloud-based business management, compliance, and procurement assistance software platform that keeps small businesses organized, contract ready, bank loan ready, with quick access to procurement opportunities, as well as market research data. Here are some of the features and benefits that you receive when you use Small Biz Pro to run your business daily. Superior record keeping at your fingertips, back office management and compliance, quick access to bids and procurement opportunities in government databases. It allows you to conduct easy market research and gather industry statistics, government certification preparedness and compliance checklists, easy HR and general operations management functionality, bank loan readiness preparation and cash flow management, certified payroll and labor compliance reporting, business dictionary with defined business terms, a cloud-based business management platform that keeps small businesses organized and ready, even nonprofits, business documents securely stored in the cloud.
So we're back on the Business Zone with
Crystal.
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. And Crystal and I were just talking off air about small businesses and entrepreneurship and the number of businesses in our society. And I was blown away by the data that Crystal provided me. I'm still in shock right now. So I don't even want to talk about it right now. Let Crystal talk about it. But Crystal, share with them the data that you got.
So this week I got a report, and it's called the Tapestry. And Jerry, you want to listen to this. The Tapestry of Black Business Ownership in America. And it's called the Untapped Opportunities for Success. So there's a chart here, a graph, and it talks about wealth, and that it's very important that we start businesses, but we have to go in a different route to start these businesses, because the way it's occurring right now, the total number of black businesses in the U.S. is 2.5 million businesses, or
2.5 million black businesses in the U.S.
And 60%, well, actually 90%, 96% are non-employer firms.
That means 96% of the 2.5 million black businesses in the U.S. right now are sole proprietors. They have no employees.
They have no employees.
One man, one woman shops.
And 60% of that number is women-owned businesses, and they represent the 60% of the non-employers, but they're women. So the year, and this is a look at the black-owned business landscape inside out. So in years in business, so businesses less than 2 years represent 43% of that 2.5, and women, and their annual revenue is $11,651 for less than 2 years in business. 2 to 4 years in business is 23%, and that represents annual revenues of $18,276.
That is not a business.
And in 5 years plus, 33% of this women-owned business is their annual revenue is $23,876.
Wow.
So that's on the women. On the men's side, they represent 39% of those businesses, and less than 2 years, 33% of their 39% is $22,016 for annual revenue. That's less than 2 years. 2 to 4 years is $33,000 and $33,587. And then been in business 5 years or more represents 46% of this population, and their annual revenue is $47,639. Now, when you go up, and this tells a big story about how and why our economic situation is as it is. because $18,000, $11,000. Why are you even working for yourself?
That's what I'm saying. That's
but
like
a lot of times they
stipend
can't
right there.
get jobs, so it's a hustle. That's a hustle. Okay, so now of the 2.5 million jobs of businesses, 46% are 4% are employer firms, and so the disparity between the men and women is really quite tragic. But 55% of those employer firms are owned by men. And if they've been in business less than 2 years, they have annual revenues about $442,000.
If they're employee based.
Employee based. 2 to 4 years is 1.4 million, and they represent 18%. And 5+ years is 69%, and they're earning revenues of 1.6 million.
See, this data right here, Crystal, is really, really good information, and it's a reason why we need to sit down and reevaluate our business status and our business approach.
Yeah.
Because now looking at those dismal data right there.
We go dismal.
You see what I'm saying? Now you got to figure, okay, do I want to continue as a business owner or do I want to go find a job? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because these are dismal numbers.
These are dismal.
Or how do I create a business that I can become an employer?
Yes.
And then the other piece that we have to work on is if 35% of those are women, but the revenue is different. So less than 2 years, they represent 2%. So 15%. So they actually have more of businesses that have started in less than 2 years, and they're earning but 161,000, 162,000, where the men is making 442,000.
Right.
So that's interesting. And I'll have to continue to read through the report to find out what are the businesses they're in.
Right.
I know beauty supply is a lot of that,
Right.
beauty
Right.
salons. 2 to 4 represents 21%. So they have more businesses than the men, more percentage. But the earnings, 287,000 in annual earnings, even though they have about 3% more businesses in that span between 2 to 4 years.
Right.
But the men was $1.4 million for revenue.
So with that kind of data, what this is telling me is that we need to sit down and figure out, okay, currently this is how we're generating revenues. We need to find another way of generating additional revenues. What way would that be? How will that work? Well, there's government contracts.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to start looking at more government contracts for ourselves. And then that will help us to increase our revenue base, so then we can hire more people.
Yes.
So that's really where we're got to be looking right now as small businesses. Now, many of you might say, I don't know anything about government contracts. Where am I going to go to find government contract? And what are the requirements for government contract? That's why you've got Crystal and I here to help guide you guys. Because in order to really supersede that data that you just heard, you really, really got to step into the game, step up your game, and also to show that whatever that data was, it doesn't apply to you.
Exactly.
You see what I mean?
And so with that, now we're going to move into, because those dismal numbers mean that being able to do a check, mid-year check is important.
Yeah.
Because if you are only at that 11,000 or that 23,000 or that 18,000, then you need to make some changes. So we talked about last week, we talked about how to evaluate our financial and making sure our pricing was right. But I think the one thing that drives the financial piece is the marketing piece, right? So
sales and marketing.
If we were working in a company, we'd be doing mid-year evaluations or annual evaluations. So the same thing has to take place with our marketing plan.
Yes.
So, or if we have no marketing plan, which also explains why they're single sole proprietors solopreneurs and are not in a position to hire because they're not bringing in enough revenue.
Right.
And that revenue is generated by a marketing plan. So,
and if you don't know how to start your marketing effort, here at the Business Zone is the first step in your marketing plan. We've got a program here, Crystal, and maybe you can tell them about it. We've got a program here where for starting at $50, you can get some great marketing content that you can use for your business. So you can go out, you can put it on YouTube, you can market it in and around the community, you can go business to business, and this will help you tremendously. So tell them a little bit about that program.
So we have a program where you will be able to have a 15-minute segment on this show, The Business Zone, with Crystal and Gilbert, at your own segment, and we won't be interviewing you. This will be your segment talking about your business, your products, your services, and it gives you a piece of this podcasting world that is phenomenal for growing your business, because if you're here talking about your expertise, then they are seeing that maybe I would like to hire this person, or maybe I do want to have your product. Mm-hmm. So this is a great opportunity. Just for $50, you're pretty much renting a segment of the show.
That's true.
For the month, and we have 4 spaces for this month. We're going to work out the dynamics and maybe switch out businesses every month. But it's a great opportunity. We're going to be doing a major campaign so that you'll see the information, and definitely reach out to us. It is excellent for growing and building your brand and creating exposure, so people that know that what you're doing out here, because most people don't know.
Give them the number so they can
give us a call at 323-906-7004, or email me at cmitchell544@gmail.com. Again, email me. I prefer email at gmail at cmitchell544@gmail.com, and let's talk about it. But you'll be getting some if you're on our mailing list, and if we're not, then reach out to me with your email address, and I'm going to put this this particular segment on YouTube and the details in the description box on YouTube, so that you can reach out to us, because this will be great for you. So let's talk about, if you go back and look at your marketing plan for the first quarter, and then you look at the results. Did it provide you with new clients, new exposure? Was the phone ringing more? Were people inquiring more about what you do? Or was it just dead silence? Mm-hmm. And if it's dead silence, then you need to really evaluate what didn't work. And as Einstein says, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, it is definitely a sign. And expecting some different results is a sign of insanity. Yeah. So instead of that, why don't you look at what you're doing? So we're going to give you a checklist, a handy checklist on what are the questions and the conversations you should be having in this area.
Yes.
So one of them is, are your efforts keeping pace with your action plan?
Are your efforts keeping pace with your action plan? Did you have an action plan? And if you have an action plan, the things that you're doing to realize that action plan, are they working?
Right. Are they working? Secondly, has my ideal or your ideal customer changed?
And what you want to do is, in your mind, who is your ideal customer? Is it a man? Is it a woman? Is it kids? Is it guys with bald heads? Who is it?
Who are your customers? Do you even know who that is?
Do you know who they are?
So at that point, if you don't know who that is, then you need to really look into who those people are. And then in any area, do I need to grow, or do I need to shrink my efforts in that area?
That's a good one.
Right? If that's a good one, because if it's not creating more income,
right,
and you're putting all your efforts into this space, then you need to pull back and look at another area that's not growing.
So if say you're marketing your efforts, and the money you're spending on the marketing is not bringing in more money than you're spending on the marketing effort, then it's not a winning effort. You got to switch. You got to switch your strategy.
You got to
do something else.
You got to do something different.
Yeah.
Again, stop doing the same thing expecting a different result because
Yes.
you're not going to get it.
Yes.
So, next bullet point is what are your successful marketing efforts? What did work today?
What worked for you?
What did work?
Yeah.
And can you improve on that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And can you expand it to a wider and broader marketplace?
Did you do a trade show? Did you do a commercial? Did you come on a show like the Business Zone and pitch your product? And did that generate money for you? What worked for you?
What did work? So these are the things you need to be monitoring. And next one is, are you meeting your revenue goals? So we talked about that last week. Did you establish how much money you wanted to make this year? And then you had to back into that. You had to do things to make sure that you were going to meet that goal. So are you halfway? Remember we talked about last week.
Yeah.
Are you halfway to your goal?
Yes.
And then what do you need to do in order to get to the other half? Now, if you down there in that $11,000 market, whoa, I don't even know what to tell you.
If you're down at 11,000 in sales that you've generated to date, and it's now July, that means you're not even close to halfway there yet, and you should have been beyond halfway.
Half of 11,000
is only 5 point something.
So you haven't really done much of anything, and that's a part-time gig.
Yes.
If you only have 5,000, and your annual revenue is going to be 11,000 at the end of the year.
Is your business a side gig? You want to ask yourself that. Is your business a side gig?
And
or
if that's
your main
okay,
gig?
but I hope you got a main gig.
Yeah.
The next thing, and this is what we were just talking about, do a content refresh.
Yeah.
And revise your inventory. So, hi Patricia. So if you need to update your content with fresh material and timely revisions, if what was hot in January may be cold in July. Check with your frontliners from your sales, products, and your customer service. Now, of course, if you're a solopreneur, that'd be you.
That will be you. You're that same person. You just have many hats. You got to change a hat, put on another one.
So change your hat for products and sales and marketing. And what kind of analytics and traction is each content piece getting? And so that's important. So now if you were using Facebook and you are using Facebook ads, it gives you a really very detailed analytical history that you can use. They'll let you know who is looking at your ads,
who is looking at it, who you send it out to,
how often, if they click through, if they share it with someone else. And if they shared it with someone else, then more than likely they were interested. Now your job is, now are you engaging with those individuals so that you can then close the deal? Because now we got to capture the people, right? You got to convert.
People.
It's called conversion.
Yep, so that's exactly what it is. Now, Crystal, did you want to take a quick break?
Let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back and do the last couple of them.
You stay tuned and keep listening, because we got a lot of great tips for you. Don't go anywhere. If you need to call us, our number here is 323-293-3375. That's 323-293-3375. You're on the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. Take a break.
Subcontractors and small businesses are very good at performing their craft. But when it comes to managing their paperwork and efficiently running their business, not so much. That is why Buchanan & Associates, a multiple award-winning supplier diversity business management, technical support, coaching, and compliance firm is here to help you. Buchanan & Associates possesses core competencies in small business paperwork and government compliance, back office management and business support, business infrastructure and organizational development, light rail transportation program management, assisting small businesses in packaging and submitting their minority, woman-owned, and disadvantaged business enterprise certifications. We even match you up with contract opportunities. Buchanan & Associates has delivered more than 7,500 hours of training to subcontractors by preparing them to become business-ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready with the ability to quickly access key documents in seconds. Buchanan and Associates help subcontractors accurately prepare, manage, and submit certified payroll, contract compliance, and labor compliance reports to primes so that they can get paid on time without delays. If you need to meet your disadvantaged business or small business enterprise participation goals, Buchanan and Associates can help you. If you need a qualified and experienced firm to oversee your subcontractors so that you can successfully complete your projects, Buchanan and Associates can help you. We help all businesses organize and set up their company the right way so that they can formally pursue contracts. Buchanan and Associates has assisted.
So we're back on the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic, and we're talking about tips on how small businesses can really improve their business, step up their game, and for this year, really find out if you're on point with your sales, your marketing, and running your business.
Right, and we're at the mid-year point, and we want to make sure that you finish the year with a bang. So before we went to break, we were talking about content, keeping that content fresh. So that also includes updating your website, adding new visual content, along with recent case studies, client and testimonies, and industry best practices. And change that out monthly if you can. And also you can create blogs to do that. You can create newsletters to do that. But whatever it is, you want to make sure you're consistently communicating with your customers.
And if you don't know how to do blogs, you're going, blogs? What is blogs? I don't know how to do that stuff. Talk to Crystal. That's what she does. That's her sweet spot.
Yeah,
she teaches you how to create blogs
and make money while you're doing it.
Exactly.
Next is check your sales alignment. It's easy to get off track with your sales team, especially if that team is you.
Yeah.
Now is the time to get back on the same page by revisiting your goals and sitting in on really having a conversation. What's winning? What's losing?
Yeah.
What needs to get out?
Yeah.
What do I need to do? Do I need to go out and meet more people? Do I need to have more networking meetings? Do I need to schedule people more? Follow up. All of those things are important. Next is reviewing your vendor commitments. Are they reaching and meeting your results, your activities, your reports, your general communication going as expected? Also, if you're using someone to do your social media for you, really be on point and on top of that, because you don't want them to feel that you don't have a clue about it and you're stepped off to the side, and now they're the ones, their philosophies, their message is the only message that your customers are hearing, and it's not in sync with your philosophy. So don't just turn your social media outreach to a total stranger and think that they're doing it and you don't have to have any input on it.
And take it from me, I've done that. I had people manage and run my social media, and believe me, the message that they were sending out there isn't the message I wanted to get out there. So they're sending a different philosophy, their philosophy out there. Now, your customers may not like that, or they may like it. So that's why it's good for you to measure and see what type of effects you're getting from that.
Right. So you really need, so that's the matrix, right?
Yes.
You know, if you were in a corporation, corporations do, they focus on and they study their matrix all the time.
Yes.
So the 4 areas that you should really be looking at: how many people are viewing your website, and a lot of times if we have a stagnant website, they're not coming back at all. So you need to refresh and freshen up the content. Are they downloading any of your content? Do you have things on there that is interactive? Do you have some call to actions on your website? So you might need to go, it might be time to refresh that and download here, subscribe here. And if you do have them subscribing, are you capturing those emails so that you incorporate them in your monthly outreach or your bi-weekly outreach? And I hope you're doing some outreach. People, your businesses your consumers have to hear from you. Your customers have to hear from you. You can also check the matrix for your social shares and your conversion rates. It tells you all of that. To me, that's the best part of social media. I don't have to guess like if I was doing print media. I don't have a clue who is really reaching. But my social media, I actually can physically see it.
And the thing about social media, if some of you feel a little left out, you feel like you don't know as much about social media, go ahead and give Crystal a call. She can guide you. She can send you in what direction you need to go. If you need to take our marketing class or branding class or blogging class, whatever you need to do, she can guide you. And this is stuff that you guys are getting right here on this show for free.
Right.
So why not take advantage?
And you need to, guys, because I'm telling you, those some dismal numbers we quoted to you at the very beginning. That's some scary stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Next is number 7. Spot the missed opportunities where there are events, sponsorship, or print or digital communication opportunities that fell off your radar.
This is the part where we talk about you being business ready.
Right, exactly. It's not too late to research and participate and implement new tactics in order to make sure the third and the fourth quarter are going to go better than maybe possibly the first and the second. So networking is important, and there will be a show on just networking and how to do it effectively and efficiently to make sure. One of the things for the youth program, I've been doing this for about 7 years, but in the capacity that I'm doing it, but I've really been teaching kids and adults how to be business owners for the last 30-something years, right? Three other children that were in my last session for the Biz Camp was because one of them, she brought her daughter to a program that I had when her daughter was 5. And I was doing this program called Junior Tycoons, and her daughter was in that program. She has been watching me for years, waiting for her daughter to be old enough. And so her daughter was 15, her daughter and son.
That's
amazing. And so they came to the Biz Camp this year. One was 14, amazing. One was 15.
That is amazing.
And they actually won the competition.
Wow. Because they use all that knowledge that you shared with them
when they were 5, when she was 5. Now she's at 10 years later. And then one other mother saw an ad somewhere when I was marketing it a number of years ago, waiting for her girls to get older. They're now 14 and 15, and so they were in the class. And it's a couple of kids that also told me that their mother has been watching and waiting for them to get into this class. So you don't know how long it's going to take. But I'm out in the community. I'm out at events. I'm very strategic about it. But I'm out there, and so people recognize me and they know who I am. They follow us here on the Business Zone. And if you want to follow us on the Business Zone, go to the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert on our YouTube channel and subscribe, and you'll get updates all the time. Our social media platforms, reach out to us. The next thing is scope out your competition. Who are the people that are doing the exact same thing you're doing? I tell the kids all the time, look at their websites, see what social media buzz is going on about them. That's important. And then finally, check in with your influencer strategies. Decision makers depend on influencers. So identify some individuals that are influencers in your space that have large followings on social media, both Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and reach out to them. Sometimes you might even have to just give them something in order to get them engaged. You have to do that, because if not, they can help you bring, if they got 20,000 followers and they're engaging with their 20,000 followers, guys, they can actually move those 20,000 followers over to your platform. Don Strozier is always talking about that.
But in business, you got to give something to gain something.
Right.
Just remember, your customers are always thinking, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? With them. What's in it for me? So you got to make sure that you can articulate that to the customer, and also you want to make that customer fall in love with you. If the customer isn't in love with you, guess what? They're going to go somewhere else. They're going to go to the competition. So you want to make sure you keep them engaged, keep them in love with you, and you give them a little something for free every now and again.
Every now and again. So with all that being said, guys, so instead of doing your usual end of the year plan, or usually people do it end of the year at the beginning of the year for the back year. So do your mid-year and make some changes right now.
That's right.
So that your third and fourth quarter will be so much better than your first and your second quarter.
And see, here on the Business Zone, we're different. We do things differently. We don't do things like, our competitors, other folks, other consultants, other coaches out there. We do things uniquely because we want you to identify and resonate with it. You want to remember the things that we say. It's going to trend and resonate with you. So that's really what you want to do. That's why Crystal and I, we're so different when you talk to us. We're different.
Right. and I have a passion. We both have passions for what we do. But like I said, that report I just read, that's some scary stuff.
That is scary.
And it requires, we need to go, there's some guerrilla tactics. The phone number, Kevin, is 323. Are you calling in? We got about 10 minutes. 323-293-3375. We'd love to hear from you.
Give us a call. You got any questions? Let us answer it for you right now.
But it's really important as we as a people, in order to, whatever else is happening exteriorly to us, the biggest issue right now is changing our economic fiber and our landscape. I talk to people all the time that have credit programs and so forth, and because I'm a logical thinker and a critical thinker, my thing is, if I changed my you changed my credit score to 750, 800, I don't know, 1,000, 10,000, whatever you could go to the highest. If I'm only got $11,000 to work with, then my credit score is going to be right back where it was, where it started. Because to keep a decent credit score, it requires that you have money to pay your bills.
Got to generate some revenue.
You got to generate the revenue. So I get and understand that credit drives, but even before you get to the credit, you have to have revenue.
Right.
That's really what drives the credit.
And that's why most small businesses, they try to bring in as many revenue streams as possible. Because the more revenue stream you have, the better your revenue source, the more you will have coming in. So let's say you have 4 sources, right? And each source is bringing in $25,000. That's $100,000 right there.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So that's how you want to look at this. You want to look at how many different revenue streams can I create to bring in revenues and make and sustain my business. That's really what you want to say.
That's really what you want to say. So you want to think, this week for the Biz Camp, we had Kyle Webb come in, and he and his family, they own they own many McDonald's franchises. His brother owns the Buffalo Wild Wings. And so we were talking, the kids were asked, he talked to the kids, and so he was saying that one of the kids asked him, was it easy to get funding for your business? Remember, I got brainiacs in my program, right? And so he said, interesting enough that with McDonald's, having a McDonald's franchise gives them a bigger leverage, because McDonald's is a structure, right? They understand how it works. The McDonald name carries a lot of weight, even if you're a franchise. So they have never had a problem generating and getting loans.
That is true.
But now he's involved in another program that's a solar energy docking station for electrical cars. And now he's been with his dad, got degrees, been working in his dad's company for years, has all the business experience. He's the CFO of the company, understands all the dollars and is more involved when you're doing dollar and cents for a restaurant, because you're counting every penny down to the ketchup package, right? But with this new company, because he's a young black man and don't have the clout of McDonald's, having a hard time finding funding for that company. In fact, he's making a decision. He was saying, I'm going to go back to school and take a course so that I can make relationships with people that are part of the venture capital world. And he's going to go to UCLA because he says that is one of the melting pots for where VCs come out of, and individuals that want to invest in new businesses, especially energy and sustainable businesses. So you even have to look at that. Like, what are my strategic goals here? What am I trying to do? And if I'm meeting obstacles here, can I go in a back door?
Right.
Can I do it differently?
Right.
So, guys, for us not to be at this $11,000, I gotta come back here.
That drove chills up and down my spine. Because think of it, $11,000 a year. That's not even $1,000 a month. That's not even $1,000 a month. You see what I'm saying?
With rent being $2,500 or $1,700, you can't even pay rent with $11,000.
You know,
so
it's
really, people.
Yeah,
we got to do better. And this had nothing to do with any other ethnicity. This has to do with us and creating more revenue and making sure that our businesses are running the way they're supposed to run, and looking for opportunities. You know, you can balance that out. You can contracts, regular business, you know, what I'm talking about, writing blogs and creating multiple streams of income, but no longer in 2019 can you have a business that you have one source of revenue. Just doesn't work.
Yeah. I hear that. And the thing about this is, we know we need to do something. We got to do something. If you're afraid, one of the things with entrepreneurs is that entrepreneurs, a lot of us are afraid to take risk. A lot of us are afraid to jump in. You got to be able to jump in with both feet. Because think about it. You don't jump in, you're not going to make the revenue. You jump in, chances are you could make it. So here's what's going on. The County of Los Angeles has $3.9 billion in contract opportunities. The county purchases everything you can think of, everything that you use in your business. So if you want to step up your game, increase your sales, and you want to add to the revenue stream, start thinking about doing some business with the county. If you don't know how to do it, give us a call here. We will guide you. We'll walk you through step by step. But that's pretty much what we have to share with you guys today. And I hope it's really helpful. I hope something that Crystal said or I said kind of jog your brain cells and make you go, wow, I don't want to be in that category. I want to be in this category over here.
So very true. So with that, we got like 2 minutes, 3 minutes left. You want to tell them again about your workshop?
Yes, I want to remind you guys about a workshop, and this is a great way for you guys to start stepping up your game and getting access to contract opportunities. Come to my workshop on Tuesday the 16th from 9 to 11. It's over on Slauson at 5120 Gold Leaf Circle. That's Los Angeles, 5120 Gold Leaf Circle, Los Angeles. The zip is 90056. And this is with GLAC. So show up. If you want to give us a call, give me a call and I'll sign you up. You don't have to worry about signing up. Call me. 626-533-1186. 626-533-1186. That's my number. Give me a call. Sign you up in that workshop. It's free. We get you started.
There you go. And we're going to end the show with one of my friends, Miss Anderson, Carol Anderson. She wrote on Facebook today, entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart.
That's true.
Only the brave may apply.
True. That's true. That is true.
And if you're going to do it, you need to be able to do it and do it the right way, which is why we're teaching children how to do that so that they can go, they can become better business people and create businesses that can hire people, and which will change the fabric of our community. I got some exciting news for our last little minute.
Good.
Dr. Claude Anderson is coming to town in August.
Oh, yeah?
And as well as Dr. Boyce Watkins, who are like major guys that are, well, Dr. Anderson is about reparations. So they're having, it's called the Harvest Festival. And it's about having a conversation about reparations for people, for Black people, and as well as Dr. Boyce Watkins is all about Black economics. He's an economics professor,
Yes.
and that's all he talks about. So what we're doing is rounding up young adults, young people just coming out of college,
Yeah.
like my interns and my nephew,
Yeah.
and we need their voices to be the loudest things that people can hear. Help
is
them
great.
organize, give them our wisdom and our experiences, because when you stop to really look at that, their world is going to be completely than our world. Because
Yes.
I was telling Bonnie today, when you look at it, kids today getting out of college can't leave home
Right.
because they can't afford rent. They can't get married. They can't have children.
That's true. That is true. In a nutshell.
In a nutshell,
That's
they,
true.
they can stay at home, so
Yeah.
they at least can have a car. Because if they move out, they can't have a car. They're barely paying rent,
Yeah.
and they're gonna have crappy credit.
Yeah. And you want to move yourself out of that $11,000 a year income stream and go to something else.
Got to.
Bump yourself up 100,000 or more. Okay.
Right. So that's it, guys. That hour goes by quick, but we will be back next Friday, and we hope to see you there.
And
Have a great week. Remember, you don't want your annual revenues in January to be a mere $11,000.
No, not at all.
I'm never going to forget that.
Not at all. 11,000, no.
So do your mid-year checkup now
Yep.
and make the changes so that your third and fourth quarter, which from July to December, we can increase that, triple that, quadruple that.
Yeah.
But we want to hear in January that you're starting out with some revenue streams and some carryover cash flow.
And don't get us wrong. If you're making 11,000 per month, that's good.
Right, exactly.
That's good.
Yeah, that's a
11,000
start.
per
But
month.
no, less than $1,000 a month,
No.
then y'all need to be rethinking some stuff.
Gotta rethink.
So we are done, and we will see you guys next week. Have a fantastic week. We're
And
out.
Tune into the Business Zone every Friday from 3 to 4 at morrismedialive.com. We're out.
Bye-bye.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages of my marketing plan. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages of my marketing plan. Got my capability statement, yes, I'm ready to go. Got my balance sheet, my P&L, my statement of cash flow. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.